Sapphire Edition Rockwood 2104S Mini Lite here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan, 4,140 pounds. Keep in mind, we've got some optional equipment on here, like for instance the Sapphire Edition that I mentioned. Not every single 2104S is going to look and be equipped exactly the same, potentially not even from our dealership, even if it's just something like, different interior decor options. So this is kind of like what a 2104S can look like, maybe not the one that we have in stock, although it could be. So Rockwood overall is the #1 selling RV on the market. That's a pretty big statement. There's more lightweights on the market today than ever before. So what is it about Rockwood that has really kind of stood the test of time and come out the big leader? A lot of it is the physical construction, because this is not the dollar cheaper option. If you see in my videos, you know that I'm going to pound all over this thing the whole time. You can pound on the front wall, the rear wall, the slide out walls. You can pound all over everything. The roof, the floor, rear wall, I think I mentioned. But this is really one of the only mainstream truly 6-sided laminated products out there. It is vacuum laminated. If you're not familiar with the different types of lamination, please give us a call. There is a little bit of a difference there, and even a silly idiot like me can understand them. Not real complicated, but they're it does matter. In their class, they have 50% bigger propane tanks so that you have more dry camp time. One of the interesting questions people give us with ultralights all the time, and it's really one of the reasons I put these videos together, because these things are a lot of money and the average person really doesn't know much about them. They say, well, is this 4 seasons? And the answer is, heck no. No ultralight's 4 seasons, guys. One of the ways that they keep the weight down is by, thinning out the walls and whatnot. This is a good 3-season RV. It's made for spring, summer, fall camping. It's an ideal couples camper. But what's nice is that extra deep slide we're looking at. Most lightweights in this class have a little shallow slide, like maybe 18 inches deep. This is a full 36-inch, 3-foot deep slide out. Just like you'd have on a fifth wheel. Now it's not quite as long because the trailer's not quite as long, obviously. But what that's going to give you is extra interior space in here that other smaller trailers just aren't going to have. This is one of the biggest little trailers you can find because of the whole Murphy bed option that we have put in here. More on that in a minute. So here in the this is a dinette slide out. You can actually get to the rear bench storage area from inside or outside, which is neat. One of the two things we're looking at here in the Sapphire Edition is the full vanilla ice cream skin package, as well as the frameless bonded windows here, and they are UV tinted. You notice how you really can't see inside. I've got lights on inside and you still can't see in there. This is it's very, very one-directional. It's tinted a little bit from the inside looking out, but from the outside looking in, you have tons of privacy and you can always pull a shade. Now we have 2 types of windows going on here on the trailer. Sidewall windows are going to be frameless windows. These get the majority of the sun exposure, like while the RV's in storage. They open in a jowlessy fashion so you can use them in the rain. They don't open quite as far, so some people say they don't get exactly the same airflow, but that's why Rockwood still puts traditional slider windows on the sides of the slide out here. See, if these tilted open like a normal frameless window and you ran the slide in, well, you just really wreck your day. But a flat surface like this, just a right angle surface, is an aerodynamic nightmare. But when the RV's parked, you don't care about aerodynamics, so that becomes a benefit because now it catches more wind to go through those breeze windows. Very well thought out and planned. They even have antifreeze inlets and black tank flushes, even on their little mini lights, and that's because every Rockwood's built the same. There's no built better, built worse line at Rockwood. One RV built the same. They just have 3 different amenity and size categories. That's what's really cool. Now, we like to put the ladder on these because this does have a fully walkable laminated roof. It's actually double-barreled inside and out. And you see that anywhere you have a power vent fan, you have the MaxxAir roof vent cover on a Rockwood. That's a very cool thing. The bigger power vent fans they use in a Rockwood, I've mistakenly apparently been sharing with people you can install those for $50-60 a piece aftermarket. The $50-60 a piece one is for the non-power vent lids. The power vent lids have to be stronger and have more structure to hold up to the bigger power vent fans. Those can actually run well over $100. That's installed right from the factory level. Maximum size patio awning. That's one of the reasons that some people say, well, this has a little bit of a blocky frame to it. You're right, it does, because everything with Rockwood is a function over fashion argument. It has to perform top shelf first, and they'll make it look good. That's not a problem, but you know, by being a little box here, they can have a bigger awning on here. There is LED lighting under it. It is a power awning. It just doesn't get easier. Power awning is actually an upgrade on these. Standard suspension on these is something that's not even available as an option in other brands. This is a dual independent torsion axle system. You're looking at about $500 more per axle than any other trailer on the market. And that might seem like a lot, but what you don't see is the benefit of it. There's no joint here between the two tires. They're not linked together. This tire can move independently from this tire. That means that you're going to get a smoother, better ride and experience going down the road. If there's a pothole, this tire will drop down, then this tire, and the whole trailer doesn't have to rock back and forth. It's a much smoother ride. You see here that we have an indoor-outdoor TV. The TV can quickly and easily release from inside to mount out here. All your connections are down there. I just don't have it plugged in for display purposes. And if you add the outside grill to a Rockwood, you automatically get this cool little work table. So if you see this, then you know that the trailer includes a grill. The grill connection actually even is hidden away here, away from like you know, road spray and debris. So under your awning, you're at tailgating central. You've got all of your cooking options here, and you can actually move that table so it can be right or left-handed. You never have to miss a moment of your favorite sporting event, whether it's, you know, a race or the big game or whatever. And this is a very cool thing. Rockwood is, to my knowledge, the only producer at this time of Murphy bed models with pass-through storage capacity. This is kind of something that was one of those, well, you know, you can't have it all things when Murphy beds first came out, and then Rockwood kind of reworked things and realized, you know what, we can still have a pass-through storage compartment in our Murphy bed models. It's not exactly the same size as a non-Murphy bed model, but the fact is that it's there. It's something is better than nothing, and it's still very decently sized and very functional. Now, this is one of those areas where even if we have another 2104S in stock with the exact same equipment, it may look drastically different because Rockwood gives the option of different fabric decors. This is called Biltmore, which is a virtually black leatherette with some really deep, dark, rich tones on your fabric accents here. We've outfitted this with the maple wood tones as opposed to driftwood to give it a little brighter feel inside. We like to do the light, dark contrast quite a bit. And then to make this thing feel warm and welcoming, we put a wood printed floor in this one. This could also be stone. So there's something like 12 different interior, well more than that, color combinations in these Rockwoods. It's 16 actually, now that I think about it. So you can make, you know, identically equipped Rockwoods look drastically different, you know, as a result. So we'll come back to the Murphy bed aspect of this in a moment, but what I want to show you here is the big, wide open nature of this living room. Like I said, this is the biggest little camper you can imagine. Now notice, we have central AC in a 21-foot ultralight. That's pretty much unheard of. There's very few lightweights this size, even under 25 feet, that have central air, and it's just it's a standard matter of happenstance for Rockwood. That's how they do it. Once again, you can beat and pound all over these things, and if you think I'm going to hurt the RV by me punching on it, you're absolutely dreaming, and you really need to learn more about the RV business and understand how much stress these things go through down the road. I couldn't possibly hope to hurt this thing if I wanted to. The only thing I'll hurt is my hand. If you look around, again, construction everywhere in a Rockwood is far above industry standard. Like, everything is fully aluminum framed and caged. You see that this is real wood, not like particle board or OSB. You're just not going to find that type of material in a Rockwood. There may be like a tiny spot where they might back something with just a little scrap piece of OSB, but that's at most. You see we have a freestanding table here in your big horseshoe dinette, and we have easy access storage areas there for under the dinette. So this can fold down into about a 7-foot bed. An adult can actually sleep on that lengthwise and be fine. You can probably put 2 kids on there as well, and that's one of the big benefits of this floor plan with the U-dinette versus a smaller floor plan with just a sofa slide out. 18-inch sofa slide will not give you as much living space or additional sleeping space. This freestanding table also is very cool because if you want, you can swing it over here, and you can use it like a dining table over here. You can take it out the door because when it folds down, it fits out the door easily. One of the reasons there is the doors on a Rockwood basically open completely out of the way as well. Let's see, Shaw carpeting, where they do use carpeting, though you do notice that this is 99% carpet free for easy cleaning. Let me open this door back here. This has a rear wall refrigerator and a customizable pantry wardrobe. You can do anything you want with it. You can see the hanging bar up here. And you think, well, I don't know about you, but my shirts are longer than that. That's why they make this a removable, adjustable shelf. So this can be any type of space you want it to be. We've upgraded this particular RV to have raised panel doors on the refrigerator, and typically we'll do that 99% of the time. That way this door looks the same as that door, and you have a nice, consistent, clean look through the whole thing. And by the way, all the doors in your Rockwoods are full hardwood so that you're not going to hurt these things. Now, what I encourage you to do is reach behind. This is called the style of an RV. Reach back here and feel around. Do you feel staples or do you feel little pockets? Because this is pocket screwed. This wood is screwed down into that wood so that it holds up longer. It's stronger. It's a better lasting thing. It's not going to wiggle loose and fall apart. A staple, not if but when, just will find a way to wiggle loose over time. The AC is even double ducted. You notice that we have 2 AC runs and we have full LED lighting in here. The TV that's outside currently mounts up there, and this is a good look at the back mount. So there's a little thing that just slots down in here so the TV can move around, and it's swing arm mounted so it can face the front bed, it can face the dinette, face anywhere you want. And these heavy duty magnets here keep the TV flat against the wall during transit, so you don't have to worry about having some ugly cord strapped around your TV that maybe you forget. I don't know. All-in-one AM, FM, CD, DVD player. Cool thing with the Rockwood is they're using a little higher grade chipset in their stereo systems. There's a free app, the IRV app, just like you see IRV right here, that you can put on your phones and turn your phone into a remote control. It's kind of like just like with my Amazon Prime TV, I don't have to worry about storing an extra remote somewhere. I can just use my phone, which is probably already in my pocket or within an arm's reach away anyway. We've added the oven to this. That's something that we do quite a bit because you can always just use it as storage. And a neat thing with Rockwood is they do use the nicer, bigger 22-inch oven as opposed to a smaller 16. Now they recess the oven down and give you both a flush mount stovetop cover and sink cover, so that you do actually have some countertop space here that otherwise you just wouldn't have. And there are little outlets here, there, and everywhere. So if you don't want to cook with propane, you can just plug in like an electric griddle and cook right here, blender, coffee maker, whatever works for you. And they did put whatever drawer space in they could in this model. This has an awesome bathroom too, which is something that's really shocking for a little 21-foot ultralight. So first of all, there is legroom in here. A big tall person like me can actually sit on the stool or get dressed when we get out of the shower and have room. Another thing is the shower is a fifth wheel style 29-inch radius shower, as opposed to a 24-inch angled shower, which there's nothing wrong with that. This is just better. You know, that's the thing with Rockwood. There's good and there's better, and Rockwood is just almost always in that better category. And once again, where we have a power fan in a Rockwood, it is that bigger max air fan. And another thing a lot of lightweights leave out is a medicine cabinet, and you don't think about that being an important factor until you actually go camping and you realize that without a medicine cabinet, there's nowhere to keep all of your stuff. So let's refocus on the front of the RV here. Now that it's not daytime, we'll pretend it's nighttime and we're getting ready for bed. So this converts from a nice front living room with just tons of walking space into a front bedroom. Just again, perfect for couples camping. So just like a normal RV bed, we have bedside stands with power outlets and chargers. How cool is that that's all right there and available for you. You have overhead bed lighting, which this is, a lot of people don't realize this is there, and I think that's why they put this little switch. You actually have a light switch for these located right there. Now you've got normal hanging wardrobes on both sides of the bed. You've got additional bedside stand space over here for your CPAP machines and whatnot. Oops, I need to jackknife the sofa down. I'm getting ahead of myself. But with just one hand and a few seconds, this is all it takes to convert this from a daytime front living room into a traditional front walk-around queen bed. How cool is that? That's why this is so nice. It's 2 floor plans in one. And then their designers did something really subtle and smart. They made that an accent wall, just to make it feel a little bit deeper. And for big clumsy oafs like me, they padded this thing up here so that if a guy like me sits on it and I scoop my head up, I'm not going to bash my head at night. They're firing on all cylinders at Rockwood, and that's why I like this thing. It's easy, it's fun. It's 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack. So give us a call. We do hitching, pieces, parts, financing. We do everything. That's why we're one of the biggest dealerships in Michigan, and we ship coast to coast. It is not a problem. If you're not our neighbor, we can ship it right to your front door. Generally, we do it cheaper than your local dealer, and our sales record reflects that. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, and happy camping, everybody.